June. He probably already graduated. It's
Now they're
June
gonna
now.
let him get his diploma and all that. Remember?
Yeah, that's
Because
what I said. But graduation's already over. It's what about to be July. They usually graduate at the beginning of June.
yeah, so look at the people at that school or wherever it was at must have seen the video already. They should have known.
Mm.
They had to hand it over to the police, right?
I want to know who
Who
gave the
taped it?
video.
Yeah, who taped it? That's what I was just thinking.
Because then
It
my
was
question is, if you, I'm pretty sure when you investigated, you were asking people, do you have video? Do you have this or that? And then I'm pretty sure parents was like, yeah, we'll offer up these videos. My kid, blah blah blah. So how long have y'all been had this video?
exactly because you're supposed to clear it up right there. You know what I mean? At least check the video. Man, I want to see that video. Cap, get that video.
They probably didn't release it online yet. Cops probably still got it.
I mean, I don't know how it was in a group of people though, and they let him do that and then walk away from it.
Oh, he said it was the stadium video.
Yeah, remember that was at an event, like some event center at a stadium or something, civic center.
Mm. Mm.
It says the video was released. I'm about to check it right now.
Oh, you have to request it.
To the death of a student back in April, but only under very strict conditions. So through open records, it will allow whoever requests it to view that
Yep,
video, but no
whoever
Yeah, you have to
requested.
request it. Hey, Cap, go ahead and request it.
Not gonna get released publicly. It says you
They
gotta
said
request
you.
that.
They said you got to request it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
only people, only you can only request it. They're not gonna release it publicly.
So you got to be a journalist.
You a journalist, Cap?
I know. That's what I'm telling.
They said at you have to start at 9:53 a.m. is when the altercation starts at the 50-yard line.
oh yeah, they're talking about how one of the journalists got it, and it
Yeah,
says that.
I'm looking at it now to see what she said she saw. Well, the question is how does because the way that they're depicting it, they're making a what's it called a reenactment using AI. I'm sure, and from the way that the camera footage it's across the field. So how are you able to see all them? Like, how are you able to identify those are the two people that were involved?
You heard the first thing she said was people aren't identifiable. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if I'm a defense attorney, yeah, let's get that thrown out.
Hey, what up? said we can't hear you.
What's up, bro?
What it do?
Chilling. Yeah, anybody can go see the video by the Freedom of Information Act. You don't gotta be no journalist. They just would not let you take it home or make no recordings of it, but you can come view it in person.
Oh, because they're kids?
No, it's just because of the volatile situation, and then it's still an ongoing thing. But they did make it. They have made it available for you to come see it, but you got to come see it in public though, in
That's
person.
stupid.
Yeah,
I don't
anybody
understand
can
how they.
go
I
see
don't
it.
understand how they pick and choose what videos are considered because of quote unquote like volatile. Like we've seen y'all release clips
Right.
of people getting gunned down.
Right. Just like Lil Wayne, get money, Lil Wayne. But
Yeah,
see, this situation,
hey, y'all was slow-moing it, zooming in
right,
on it.
right, and they released the ASAP like the next day.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, because of the way the story played itself out, when the people who actually saw the video was giving their reports on what they saw, they was even playing with the information. That story didn't happen nothing like they said it did.
I'm sick of these folks.
Hey, that ambulance got there quick in 8 minutes. Shit.
Yeah, Carmelo he done. I can't blame him though, cause he a kid. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like he was still in high school, so he's still a child. So he'll say or do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I blame all the adults around it, but like I was saying at the time, the system is trying to push black people into rioting and creating a big disturbance about this. And I was telling everybody to hold up and make sure y'all got all the information first. Just make sure the facts on the table. I wasn't gonna jump out there in the streets for him anyway, but at the same time, at least make sure you got all the correct facts for you, dude.
Not facts, especially because this ain't a black and white issue. This is two kids, and one of them, they both. Well, I mean, we can honestly say they both lacked good decision making, and one just kind of took it over the edge.
Right. I mean, because like I was saying at the time, even if he did say the N-word or whatever he said, still, I'm not jumping out there.
Well, you know what though? But this brings me to this. I know y'all see right now on social media this whole big thing with Sauce Walka and Mexican OT about saying the word nigga. So my question is, when is it okay to say nigga, and when is it not okay to say nigga? Because if nigga is what transpired, which kind of pushed things over the edge, oh, he called me a nigga. Well, hold on, Texas. I thought it was okay to say nigga.
Right. So, I mean, I hate to say it, but this is what I've been teaching. I've been teaching this, you know what I'm saying, about don't let that word take you over the edge. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody say nothing to you that could push you over the edge. You know what I mean? They know they got something on you, so they gonna say that. So people who don't even know you, the only thing they got on you is your skin color. So you think somebody gonna say that and push you over the edge? Stop playing. You got to be in more control of your faculties than that. But at the same time, I come from this shit, so I play with it too. I smack the shit out you too for saying it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna let you play with me now, but I'm different though, because my mind is stronger. But at the same time, I'm teaching the young people, don't let nobody send you over the edge just because they said that. You got to be able to use your words back.
Yeah, but not saying it derogatorily. I don't think that's what she means. She means just saying it. And
it don't matter how they say it. You can't let nobody send you over the edge just because they say it.
And I know in Texas they do too.
Because it's like, you saying, oh, okay, well, what if he was like, hey, my nigga, you got to get up. You call me a nigga.
Right, exactly. Because I don't know what you like I said, even if he said the ER, let's just break it all the way down. Even if he said it with the ER, so what? What do it mean?
Shouldn't be enough for you to lose your
Stab
life.
someone.
Yeah.
Right. You're not a slave. You're not a slave.
The point of the matter,
you're a free man.
But the point of the matter, but the point of the matter is now we know for sure that there was no physical altercation. Remember, that was one of the main points that everybody was arguing, that there was a physical altercation. This boy was getting jumped. He pleaded self-defense. Where is there a self-defense? There's no physical altercation.
Now he's gonna have to say that he was afraid.
Even though there was a physical altercation doesn't necessarily mean self-defense. Because even if he did push you or shove you,
we're talking about when he got
no physical altercation, twin. Never was touched.
He didn't get touched.
They're saying he was never. But see, people in the students said he was pushed.
Yeah, they did say that.
Yeah, that was fake news.
So that's what I'm saying. Like even if you, regardless of whether you were pushed or you weren't pushed, you still use deadly force in either situation. You're still wrong. You can't stab someone because they push you and call you a nigger. That's like, whoa, hey, that's murder.
Exactly.
A lot of people.
So yeah, he got his Go ahead.
Now I was about to say a lot of people lost a lot of money behind that self-defense claim.
Right. All them donations.
A lot of donations went out. Thinking. I'm telling you, it's a reason they don't want that video out. I've been telling y'all when that video come out and they see that, man, you know what I mean? People donated money and gave up money.
Can you get a refund at GoFundMe?
Hell no.
At a certain point, you could, but it's probably past that point now.
They already took that money out.
Right. Once they done took the money out the account, it's over with. It's wrapped.
Pay attention. It's mighty funny how his family got real quiet.
Mm-hmm. But see, it's just like the get money running situation. It's really a scam. They should be really talked about in a bad way because they knew from the beginning. We just now finding out the truth because of whatever. But they already knew. The system knew because they saw the video right after. They just hadn't released it. But everybody already knew what was going on. The police, the prosecutors, the judge, everybody already knew. They saw the video already.
So they let them do that. They let them donate the money.
Exactly. Because, and that's what I was saying, that the system was pushing this, and you could tell. Because of why, if it was a good case, you know who would have been there, Cal. What's the dude, the bald head, dark skinned dude?
Crump.
He would have been there for sure.
Yeah.
The fact that they had the B team lawyer scammer dude there let me know all I need to know about the case.
That's what I said.
They let a baby beater talk for him.
Yeah,
right. You know, third-rate scammer.
Yeah, that's why I knew. I said, yo, this is all about the money. This is all about money. In a few weeks, we ain't gonna never hear about this again. It's gonna be quiet.
But see, that's what they hoping, but the white folks might not let it go though.
Oh yeah,
because you got to think. Not the people involved, not Carmelo. No, I'm talking about the other scammers on the white side, on the right side, or whatever. That's looking at it for a money play too. Now, they actually got the right of way now. You know what I'm saying? This done caused a whole big situation. Well, I ain't gonna say it has. It could lead to a whole big situation because you got people who really don't like black people for real, whatever. Now, y'all wake up and understand what's really going on. And they looking at it like, see, I told you they always lying. And they can use that to raise their money and stuff. Why would they let it go? Why would they stop now? That's why you got to be careful when you let these situations blow over like that. And we really got to get out there.
Over there.
You know what I'm saying? Defend black people and say that it ain't us. It's these people that did wrong. Not us as a whole. You know what I'm saying? This family did wrong. This mother, this father, and this little boy. The little boy knew what happened, and he should have just stood on business like that ain't how it happened. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the help, the donations, but you know, we're gonna have our day in court or something. They should have did something, man. He knew that the story was out there, that it was self-defense, and he knew that was the right story. But they took that money anyway.
And they still quiet.
See, they took that money anyway and played on false sympathies. Man, these people trying to kill me. They come to my house.
Now we gotta buy a new one and get out of there because they scammed everybody.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they get more money because there's still people out there willing to donate.
Hey, didn't
You
they
think
say
they
Young
still
Boy
want to
dropped
donate?
like 200K? They said Young Boy.
Yeah, there's still people willing to donate, man, because at the end of the day, he was still a little kid, man, that kind of got himself caught in a situation.
At this point, you need to tell you need to have your defense attorney drop this first degree murder and try to get you a manslaughter case. That's honestly your best bet.
Now, the video is shot from a camera across the field. You know how the track in the football field is.
Yeah.
The camera is across the field, so it can't see faces clearly, but you can definitely tell the difference between children and adults or whatever. So you can pretty much see what's going on. But a good attorney, you know how it go, twin.
Yep.
You know, he can try to work his move. So it ain't all lost yet.
No case, no face.
Right. It ain't all lost yet. But at the same time, the truth is out there. There was no big scuffle, no big fight.
Yeah, and he already put himself there, admitting to it, saying self-defense. So he kind of could.
Right. And then we was trying to figure out, you know, who took the knife out. He poked the dude and ran and threw the knife.
Was the knife
he didn't
recovered?
get a man. Yeah, I think they got the knife. He didn't get a man the chance, and we never seen the murder weapon.
That's what's gonna really fuck people up when they see the murder weapon. That motherfucker
Right.
hit him. They hit him with. I believe he got hit with a steak knife.
See, why do you have that in your backpack?
That nigga.
Well, when from my understanding, y'all grew up going to sports events. Well, I mean, I know y'all are a little bit older, but when I was in high school, you had to go through a metal detector.
We ain't have them back then when I was in high
Okay,
school.
I'm about to say because when I was in high school, with big events like that in a stadium, they used to have like little metal detectors you walk through.
But see, then this was the difference though. For the team didn't go through the same door everybody else went through.
They go through the. They don't.
Oh, so was he? I thought he was a speculator. I didn't know he was participating in the sports events.
Yeah, he was participating.
Oh,
Yeah, he was a track athlete. So you see how they? I don't know if you watched the video with the news showing you the lady talking about the clip, and they were showing that the ambulance drove onto the field and stuff. But that's how the buses will get there. They might drive onto the state. But I would think nowadays, the way they got them with the medical detectives, that they would send everybody walking through though.
Not in that town though.
I guess it's just crazy. They had no prior engagement before this. What is going through your mind that you? The
bullying is out the door.
Exactly.
He was
That's
being
why I'm
bullied.
like,
because they didn't even know each other. These two boys.
Because remember, everybody was saying, "Oh, he had been bullying him." Well, we just found out there was no prior relationship or engagement between the two.
That's why I told you. I believe that he already woke up that morning saying anybody can get it.
Anybody can get it, right?
Remember, I told you. I believe he already had problems at home that nobody telling the truth about. I believe that him and his stepfather don't have the best relationship. I believe that. Remember, I told y'all, I believe his stepfather be beating on his mother.
Okay, yeah, you did say that too.
Remember, I told y'all, I believe my nigga. Did y'all watch that press conference? His stepfather sat back away from his mother while she was at the podium. He didn't even comfort her while she was sitting there crying and talking
or
to
even
the.
speak up. Yeah.
He didn't even speak on the son's behalf. Most
Then
people,
that go to premeditation too, because he sat in the wrong tent purposely.
Well, they
exactly.
You're a
the coaches
4.0, you're a 4.0
told him.
student. You know
They
the
said the
difference
coaches
between
told him
your
to go there.
tent and another team tent.
He did that already because he had the intentions of getting at somebody.
Well, no, they said the coaches told them to go take cover somewhere, and that's what made him run over there because it started
Yeah,
pouring
it's
down raining.
raining and shit. Yeah.
So he
But
just went over there.
we don't know if that has to be true yet because
Oh
we
yeah,
ain't
you're right.
heard a coach clarify say that's true or not.
Yeah,
That was
you're
his
right.
side of the story too, just like they were pressing him.
Yeah.
Just like they
Yeah,
tried to
you're a
say.
4.0 student.
I'm just saying, y'all got to be paying attention. Remember, you know how they say it's always leading circumstances that lead up to people doing certain things. It's
Yeah.
always stuff that happen. What do they call that in the courtroom?
Mitigating circumstances.
Exactly. Trust me. The mitigating circumstances in this young boy case is just because you live in a nice neighborhood don't mean that what's going on in that household is so nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Just like with them twins from California that went to jail that killed their parents.
Oh, the Mendez brothers.
The Mendez brothers. They was
Man,
rich as hell.
free them niggas.
So people, I'm telling you, I believe this little boy had something going on in his house. I believe he was scared of his step pops. I believe his step pops would be abusing his mother. She's a stay home mom. I'm telling you, I believe something gonna come out. Watch, something gonna come out.
Yeah, because I need them to tell us why. Why'd you bring a knife in the first place?
Exactly.
To attract me.
Why did you? This what y'all should be asking. Why you think he brought the knife? Was the knife for his safety on his ride to school? Who dropped him off at the school to go to the track meet that day? Was it really intended for his stepfather?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, who gave it to you? Did you buy it yourself? Did your mom provide it for you?
We gotta find out what kind of knife it was.
Does he remember, do you know how hard it is to have a 4.0? Is his stepfather strenuous on him? Most people that got 4.0s, parents are very, very strenuous on them and don't give them freedom.
Hey,
let me clear something up right quick because I don't want to see no fake news out. He actually had a 4 point. He had a 3 something, but he was a smart student though. It was like a 3. It was a 3 point something. But you know what I'm saying? He was a smart student.
Sure it's a 3.8. Yeah, it's basically
right. Yeah, it was 3 something. I don't want to put the exact number out there because I ain't sure what it was. I was just being hyperbolic when I was saying the 4.0.
Oh wow, I seen the picture, DG. I see the one you just posted.
Yeah, he thought he was that boy. He thought he was him.
Where he got that gun?
I mean, he got different pictures, so you can't go by his pictures either. Because he got pictures where he looking like a real goofball too.
Well, here's my thing. Why?
Well, that picture, my bad, twin.
He's trying to portray himself.
Why you got that?
Right. Exactly. That picture with him, the one that Cap had with him at the house, with him and that man, that's the real Carmelo right there. That goofball looking dude with his pants looking all crazy, him sitting there looking all crazy. That's him right there. I wouldn't be surprised if he ain't slow too.
Bro, he was holding.
He got
up
that slow look in his eye.
Who AK he was holding up?
That's what I'm saying. Where you got that gun from?
I think that was them. It was some more.
The white gun was the white gun.
Yeah. They was in the picture. They was in some pictures with him. And they had talked about they used to be out shooting guns and stuff. So I'm probably just a little friend because, like you say, he grew up in that area it probably ain't but 3-4 black people there. So
That's a
it
nice
wouldn't
house they
surprise
got.
me that a majority of his friends is white.
Hey, but the picture of him holding the gun was posted hours before this shit happened.
And that they in a nice house, so I know you're not in the hood.
See,
That looked like a nice 2-parent home. You see the wood floors and the little thing on the background where it say family and all that. Yeah, nice little 2-family home.
Damn, I can't believe this.
but I want to be careful because I said a lot, but I'm on the family hard, and I gotta say this. I don't blame them because they've been mistreated by the system. They've been treated and confused, but they still wrong though. You see what I'm saying? I got sympathy for them, but they still wrong for letting it go this far, knowing that that ain't what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because your kids, you know your kids. If anybody know the kids, the parents do. You might not, because my mama didn't know everything I was doing, but she
Yeah.
knew if I was telling a lie or not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Moms knew if I was lying.
Yeah.
She played with the lie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I think
I
the
don't
mom
blame her for
wanted to
it
believe her
because you
son.
protect. Right, you protect them. You circle around the wagons to protect your folk, but you still wrong though. So you're gonna have to be judged for being wrong.
I mean, I
Period.
don't think I think she really believes her son. I mean, no mom wants to believe their son is just a murderer. You feel me? You want to give your kid the benefit of the doubt.
Right. She probably, because my mom would have choked me up, put me up against the wall. What happened?
What
He told
happened?
everybody
Yep, mom would beat my ass.
He
For
said I did it.
real.
He said I did it. He went and looked for a police officer and said I did it.
Right. But you know what I'm saying? It was self-defense. You sure? Yeah, I'm telling you, it was self-defense. All right, we riding with that then. Let's go.
Not even that.
And then
My
mama
mama would
ride
have
with
said,
you.
walk me through exactly what happened, and don't you leave a detail out or I'm fucking you up. What happened?
Bro, that's
When
why
you got there,
Right.
what happened?
And if you
Bro, that's
stand on the line, then she'll stand with you. You
But
know
you
what
need
I'm
to
saying?
know.
That's
Let
what
me
you
know you
saying.
lying. Facts.
Right, that's what you saying.
till the video come out.
I told my mom she was nuts, so I walked up the street. Hey, the lady just hit me. Mom come right up out the door, walk right back up the street. Don't ask no questions. I said the lady hit me. She go right, get on the lady ass. No talking. No talking now. She believed exactly what I said. The lady put her hands on me. She ain't, it ain't no. And get up there, because we walking up the street. She like, did that lady, she grabbed me, Mom. You sure? Man, I'm telling you. That's how she need to hear.
Facts. That's what I'm
But
saying.
she made sure, she made sure that I'm telling the truth. Because she know what I know. She going off. Don't have me up this street and
Looking
you ain't
stupid.
telling me what's going on.
Yeah, don't have me looking stupid out here.
Mm-hmm. Nah, she grabbed me for real, but let's go.
That's like,
I don't get why the witnesses would say he got jumped though, if that's even true.
nah,
too.
they didn't say they got jumped. They said he got pushed. That's what we was trying to figure out. Where did the jumping come from? Because the students say that the white boy pushed him. Let me call him white boy. Austin pushed him. But even if you just push, like I said, that's why I keep saying, even a push does not result in deadly force. You could have pushed them, punched them back. Y'all could have just brought it out. What made you grab your backpack and stab him? And that's why I say, like Cap said, he might have already had in his mind. Because I just don't, my mind don't register that way. Even when I was an adult, my mind never registered. You hit me. My first thought ain't to pull out a gun. My first thought is to get with you. Like, we finna get busy with the fist. Like, we finna fight.
Right.
That's how it gets premeditated, because he was posting a picture of the gun that night before, then putting a knife in his bag, going to that meet. Yeah.
Well,
He
no,
already
I wouldn't. I wouldn't say that. If I'm a defense attorney, I'm not. The guns have no relevance to what these are two separate isolated incidences. The gun wasn't stolen. It wasn't used in a crime. It was just a
I'm not
picture.
saying the gun should be held against him. I'm saying he was ready for violence that day.
I mean, but
He had
that's
it on his mind.
speculation. You're
Right.
assuming that already.
The prosecution gonna try to bring it in. The defense gonna try to do what Twin just said and object on the grounds of relevance. It just depends on if they're gonna let them pictures come in.
You don't. There's
Yeah,
no
the pic-
physical
Don't
text
know what the
messages.
comments was
There's
looking
no
like.
writings. There's nothing that would have said that this is what he planned to do. So we can't say it's premeditated, but we can say if I'm a defense, I'm gonna say what's spur of the moment, and I feel like we should do what is it, reckless endangerment, or what is that? I think it's manslaughter or reckless endangerment charge where he just made a reckless decision in the moment. It's not first degree murder. It's not like he intended to kill the target. He just spurred a moment, stabbed him. I mean, that's if I'm a defense, that's how we plan it. I'm gonna get you a nice 10 piece, and hopefully we get you out of here before you're 30.
Yeah, the prosecution gonna say, "Why'd you put the knife in your bag, though?"
I mean,
Yeah.
I could easily say he was carrying a pocket knife in Texas. That's not
Nah, it's a
abnormal. I mean, I
butcher
went
knife.
to
Ain't
school.
no pocket
It
knife.
went,
That's a
it hit
butcher.
his heart.
We gotta see. Yeah, we gotta see if it was one of them Rambo style hunting knives. We gotta see what kind of knife it was.
Because if
That
he's
part,
with these
yeah.
white boys, I'm assuming it was a hunting. I'm assuming we don't know, but I'm assuming it was a hunting knife.
Yeah, it was a flip knife for sure. You
I think it was a butcher knife. It was one
Cap,
of them knives you cut.
Cap, he
Cut a
not
turkey
Michael
with.
Myers. Cap, he
That
ain't
dude-
walking out the screen. He
He got
not
a
walking around with
machete
a.
on. Put up
What
with a
you mean?
machete.
He pulled a Michael Myers move.
Yeah,
I mean,
nah,
he
he
got
did.
an
That was
AK.
it.
It might be a machete.
He said he not Michael Myers. When the last time you seen a nigga get killed at a stadium in front of everybody
A heart.
with a knife? That's some shit.
Broad
Like,
daylight.
And what
Yeah,
are the
that's some
odds
shit.
that you stabbed him right one time in the right place?
Yeah,
Michael
I'm
Myers.
surprised he didn't go after more people.
See, right.
That's some
But
shit.
see,
Michael
Cap, look, you just helped my defense. He didn't go after more people, so that means he wasn't planning to harm most. He's not a threat.
or he just
And
wanted.
It was an accident.
Yeah.
The reason I
There
said it
was
was
no
an accident
cameras.
because had he left the knife in the chest, he could have survived.
Yeah.
But by poking it and pulling it out,
pulling it out. Yep.
that's what caused that man. When
again,
when
right
the
there.
ambulance got there, it was already over with.
That
But
shit
see,
got
right
there
there,
in 8
Ted,
minutes.
you helping my defense again because he pulled it out because he was scared. He didn't expect this
Right.
to happen. It just was spurred a moment. That's why he pulled
Right.
it out and ran.
Oh, that's
He
why he
told
That's why I
me-
say
did
these
once
kids.
he saw what he did.
He
Yeah.
told him he was gonna poke him though. I was the spirit of the moment.
Well, he didn't say. Well, okay. Well, no. He said, "Touch me and see what happens." We can't
Yeah,
speculate.
touch me
That's
again.
what he didn't say. I'm gonna stab you because then that would have been premeditated. You thought about it. He just said, "Poke me and see what happens," and he grabbed his bag, and it
But
was
he
just
never
a bad decision.
exactly.
Where you get
remember-
that poke me and see what happened from? Who said
Because
that?
No, he didn't say poke me. He said, "Touch me and see what happens."
touch
Yeah, he said,
See what
touch
Right.
me
happened.
again.
Who said that?
Look, and the dude and the
Carmelo.
white boy, then the white boy took his bag. The white boy never touched him. He took his bag and he threw it. The dude went and grabbed his bag and then poked him.
If that's on the camera, that is crazy.
stole my-
You went
he
and
stole
got
my
your
stuff.
bag,
He
so you
stole my
walked away
client
from the altercation.
Yes,
Get
that's
your
what he-
bag, open your bag, and come back.
and poked.
Yeah, but y'all stole my client's bag. He stole my client's possessions.
Right, you can't kill over your property.
Look,
That's
I'm
especially when
hey,
you
we
retrieve
finna
the
get
bag.
you. Hey, we
I
getting
don't
you
know
reckless
about
endangerment,
stealing
son. I gotta get you out in 10. We finna go
Fuck
all
you,
through the.
Ted.
Hey, he stole my client's possessions, and in Texas, you have a right to defend your possessions. He just took it overboard, Your Honor. He's a 4.0 kid, just bad decision making. Come on now, like let's give this man another chance. That's
He
how I'm
stole
playing.
his bag. You think that's
He
gonna work?
stole his bag, but
Hey,
then the
hey,
video
hey,
showed
I
you
gotta throw that
going
Hail
to
Mary.
get your
I gotta
bag.
get him off. I gotta do a Hail Mary
Right.
here.
He threw it out the tent. Like, get out of here. He threw it out the tent, probably.
He did.
And then he not only did he steal my client's possessions, he damaged them. He threw his bag.
Wow.
Shit, if you
And
paying
then you went and
GoFundMe,
got
you
your
better,
bag.
hey, if I'm paying you GoFundMe,
But what about you going to
better do it.
What about you going to get your bag though? You went and got it. Now you're not even in the confrontation no more.
Well,
Yeah.
my
They
client was
telling you to
blind with
leave.
anger. He was raged out because someone damaged his backpack and his stuff. Who are you to say what's valuable to a person? Maybe at
So,
home he doesn't get things, and so he values his things because he doesn't get them at home, and he takes it to heart. He has abandonment issues, rejection issues.
so now you're going for crime and passion. So now in that
Yeah,
moment,
yeah,
it
it's
was-
better than it's better than murder one.
I hire you, twin.
Hey, you paying me GoFundMe money? I'm a Hail Mary it for you. We're gonna try to use everything as possible.
you
As
better
a
hope
child,
they
his mother used to take things out of his hand and punish him. And so when things get taken from him, he gets triggered and he was hurt. He has rejection issues. Dad's not in his life. His daddy used to grab his toys and throw them against the wall. He had a flashback to his childhood. His father wasn't good to him.
Yeah.
You making them look dangerous now.
That's my point. He needs help.
He was raised to do this.
Yeah, he needs help. He's a product of his environment. He needs rehabilitation. But he's also a great kid with a bright future. And I just feel like he just made a bad choice and he just needs, he has a diploma now. He can't really get financial aid, Your Honor. So he can't really go to college. No team will accept him. His life is pretty much over. I just think 25 is too much.
And yeah, plus they charging him as an adult, right?
Exactly. You're going to throw an 18-year-old in prison. We know what happens in the system, Your Honor. Don't do this to him. Just let's plea it down to 10 years and we'll make due requirements, anger management. What do they have? The little programs. We'll put him in those programs and he'll complete them.
He can do them programs in prison.
Yeah, in prison, yeah.
Charleston White ain't even speak up on this nigga behalf.
In the
Because
beginning,
Charleston knows.
the
The nigga
beginning, he
wrong.
did.
Charleston White said that
There was no knife. That's what he
Carmelo should have went to his parents and told them what was going on. Like, I'm having issues. If it got to the point to where you feel like you gotta have a knife on you at a school function to cover himself, he should have went to his parents and they should have went to the school to cover themselves.
That part too, yeah.
Well, did the mom say that he had prior issues?
Exactly. Right.
No,
Not
like,
so
did the
much
mom,
he had
did the
issues
mom ever
with that
confirm
boy,
that? Like he had already had issues before?
but they ain't got no documentation because they never reported it.
No. I'm asking, like, has the
I
mom
never
ever?
heard nobody speak on it.
Yeah, that's
never
what
heard
I'm saying.
nobody-
Did the mom? Nobody's ever said that he had issues before. So maybe
No,
there
no,
wasn't issues.
I'm saying the knife in the bag. Okay, it's only two ways to explain the knife. You was having issues and you brought the knife because of your fear of pre-existing issues, or like it's looking like you brought it just for this incident to do something crazy like this.
Yeah,
Or
bro, the nigga
as-
could just he could be just a maniac, my nigga. That nigga, bro, my nigga, I met a lot of smart, crazy niggas.
Nah, true.
Like just cause that nigga's smart, it don't mean he ain't crazy.
I mean, I
Right.
could, well, okay, as an attorney, I could say, well, my client goes to work. He works a full-time job. He has to walk home sometimes. He keeps a pocket knife in his bag for safety. He forgot to take the pocket knife out, and that's why it was in there. He didn't notice until he got to the game that there was a pocket knife in there, and he just bad decision making. He didn't mean it. It was an accident. Negligence on his part. He should have took the knife out, but it was an accident. Like people bring guns to the airport. What do they say? I forgot it was in my bag.
Okay, what you gonna say if it's a turkey knife?
If it's a butcher knife and shit, then I don't know what to tell you. At that point,
It
we
ain't
gotta
no little
change the
pocket
defense. We
knife.
gotta go back to the drawing board if it was a butcher knife.
There's no little pocket knife going through his chest.
I bet you that nigga pulled out a butcher knife, the shit you cut a turkey in a ham with. I bet you that shit gonna be bigger than some shit you seen off of Friday the 13th. Watch.
A damn
Right.
hunting knife.
It's gonna be a Rambo knife or one of them big ass butcher knife.
Watch. My nigga, do you know how hard it is to poke somebody in the chest?
You have to have a sharp knife, yeah.
My nigga, we just watched Judd get poked in the chest and didn't die.
That's why I said, what are the odds that you got him right there? One hit and it's over.
That's because it's some big shit. That mean it's some big shit. My nigga, we just
Yeah,
my
if it
nigga.
was some little pocket knife, that white boy would have tried to block it. I mean, yeah, Austin, he would have tried to block it. If it was a little ass pocket knife, he would have tried to block that shit.
Bro, look, the knife that that KP hit Jet with was one of them hunting knives.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And he didn't kill Jet. Peep what I'm saying? Jet was able to take himself to the hospital.
Yeah.
What kind of knife was
And
it?
he pulled it out, and he pulled it out of him too.
Yeah, and KP pulled it out.
What kind of knife did KP use?
A hunting knife. And
Oh wow! I thought he used the Waffle House knife.
hell no, that shit was a hunting knife. And the scar was long as hell. The scar long as hell. That shit was right by his heart.
Yeah, this
So
was a
imagine-
perfect shot in the. This was a perfect shot in the heart.
We need to see this knife.
Yeah, and that kid he got like 50 pounds on him too. 60 pounds.
Big D TV said it was a shank.
Man, that shit,
Don't crush you.
I need to know what was in the bag and what the knife looked like. What else did you have in that bag?
fault, man. Yo, what else was in that motherfucker? It probably was
Yeah, what else
open
was
that
in the bag?
motherfucker.
What was
He
in that
probably had
bag so
both. He
important to
probably
make
had-
you do that?
That nigga probably had walkie-talkies in that motherfucker.
Fuck, he had a mask, a ski mask.
So you know nowadays these kids
Oh
get
yeah,
mad
you
at
got a ski mask. You making it harder for me, man.
you know, and then I want to know what happened the night before at home. Was there any arguments in the house the night before? Did he get into any trouble the night before? What happened? I want to know what happened prior to this day, because
Remember you said
sometimes
that-
kids get
that
into
dad
some
wasn't
trouble
saying
at
shit.
home and they take it out
On
at
everyone
school,
else, yeah.
everyone
No.
else.
What about the story that that was his girlfriend and the girl he used to date and all that?
Nah, they said they had no prior engagement before.
Okay.
So
that's
it couldn't have been
cool.
no girl. But I am gonna, and even then, I want to know what happened in that morning. Because what if my client didn't eat breakfast?
Man, your client
Man,
could have
twin,
woke up
stop
that
it,
morning.
twin.
Man,
Stop it.
your client could have woke up that morning and said, "Whoever beat me in the race, I'm poking him."
Well, cause yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He didn't get his full breakfast, food and fuel, so he was kind of, his mind wasn't there. Kids got to eat breakfast.
For all we know, he went to sleep that night and said, "Yo, if I lose tomorrow, whoever beat me gonna get it."
Yeah, because on sports events, they be trash talking online. Like them niggas suck. That type of stuff.
Yep. Nick, people be in groups. You know, you got the track meet groups.
Yeah, they from
Kids
different
be-
schools. They probably
Grandpa
raced
be-
against each other before.
Which also makes me curious when they say there was no prior engagement. I guess I need to go look up the schools that were involved, because if you both play football, you've had some type of interaction before.
Yeah, and you both on the track team. Yeah, you've seen each other before. You definitely.
I mean, y'all
talk.
may have not be friends, but like I remember girls from other schools that we played. We weren't friends or nothing, but I sure was trash talking the shit out them and their mamas.
Yeah, plus, just because
Definitely
you don't
played.
go to high school together doesn't mean you didn't go to middle school, elementary. You know what I mean?
Bro, they definitely played each other in football.
That's what I'm saying. So they might, I guess it don't rule out. Maybe I don't know.
And then with social media, they a little more. Everybody ain't as spread out as we was.
Yep, they're
That's
more
why
in
I
tune with
said-
each other.
That's why I said that they race each other that day. Or they both in the same race.
Yeah.
That could give you a little bit more backstory. For all we know, they probably was in the little groups that we don't see. My kids be in groups that be a whole bunch of kids from on Instagram groups with a whole bunch of kids from different schools. We know they ain't got a track group on Instagram where it's all different track kids from different schools and they be
Yeah.
talking shit.
It would be just like if it was raining and everybody was told to take shelter. He got on the wrong bus. You know, you get on the wrong.
Yeah.
You in the Matrix, Ted. Yeah, you
Yeah,
in
that
the
shit
Matrix.
crazy. I told you once that video dropped, we'll know for sure.
I told y'all before it came out what it was going to show.
I
Told
needed that
y'all.
video evidence.
So who put out the story about the fight, the confrontation, and all that? Was that Carmelo or was that just social
think
media
that was-
saying that?
No,
I
that was in the
think that
police
was-
report.
I
That's
think
what he
that was
told the cop.
No,
was
he
in the
didn't tell the
police
cop
report.
that. He never told the
Yeah.
cop that. I read the whole police report. He never told
He
the
said
cop
it was
that.
self-defense.
That story
I thought.
came out before that. The police report was even released. And I
Oh,
believe
shit.
the people who said that was the crooked dude that's working with the Carmelo Anthony. I think he created that narrative so he could get the patient.
Trying to get those.
Oh, okay. So that was the
I
fake
think-
narrative that they got put out there in the street and just start running with it on social media.
Exactly. So we could get people to feel sorry and start donating money so we could get a good defense.
Well, see, one of the kids said that Anthony reached in his bag, said the whole touch me thing, and the witness said that Austin pushed like not pushed him but like grabbed Anthony, and he said that's what caused him to stab him because he got grabbed.
That shit's cutting out. I can't hear nothing.
You ain't here?
But that don't go with the videotape as far as the bag being thrown, him walking to get the bag and then coming back to stabbing him.
That don't go with the police report either.
See,
Well, I mean but in the police report they said one of the witnesses, they didn't give the name because it's an underage kid. That's what one of the witnesses said. He said that but even if you did grab him, I mean, you stabbing him, that's going too far.
right. So even if we give Carmelo the benefit of the doubt of everything, he still can't explain how he walked away to go get the bag. Once you walked away from the altercation, it's a done deal then.
Yeah, self-defense is on the
Well,
table.
then we got to figure out where was the bag
Right.
thrown, because if we're on a bleachers type thing and you throw my bag upwards, I still have to come downwards to pass you by to leave.
Now you could have kept going up.
As big as
You could
this.
have stayed up. You could have went across once you got up. You could have did numerous things besides come back to the altercation. Had he threw the bag and then while you going to get your bag, you turn around and he right there again, you might have a case.
I mean, honestly, even then, you really don't have a case, because even if he did walk up on you, you can't just stab people because they walk up on you now.
Well, I mean, I'm saying you got more of a case than nothing, because
Yeah.
you done throw the bag. Then I walk and go get my bag. When I turn around, you right there. What, is you about to throw me now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I'm not about to let you do nothing else. You already threw my bag. You tripping. I'm not about to let you do nothing else.
And what kind
True.
of bag it is. And then you got to remember what kind of bag it was. Was it a Louis Vuitton? Was it a Gucci? Was it Coach? You know what I'm saying? And what kind of knife was it? Was it a Walmart brand? Was it Target?
Yeah, that's gonna hurt Carmelo when they show that knife.
And I know the knife is a butcher knife, because why you think they ain't show that yet?
Exactly. The same reason they didn't show the video is the same reason they ain't showed the knife. Cause once you see that knife, you're gonna know like this was ridiculous.
You gonna be looking at
Cause
this
first,
nigga
remember
like,
they tried to say it was the cause you know when you got the track shoes on, you got the little tool that you use to take the spikes out. They tried to perpetrate like it was that at first. It wasn't a knife, it was just the little tool that you use for your spikes.
what they gonna do is, if they know when that knife come out, niggas will be looking at him like, we'll be looking at him like a monster. We'll be like, who the fuck? What the fuck? What? Trust me.
Right? Because you know some boys had got charged with doing the pow pow at a school, and moms and them got in trouble for buying the pow pow. Now, is this one of them knives and mom done bought it for him?
Wait, say that again, Ted.
So some boys got charged with a pow pow incident in the school, and the parents got charged the same charge because they purchased the pow pow.
As they should.
Right. So that's one of the things they had started talking about over the last several years, charging the parents for the behavior of the children. And I was just speculating in this case, if it was some kind of hunting knife, did mom buy it, and could she be, put on the line for it? And if it was her knife or her husband's knife, they could still be put on the line for having it so accessible.
Well, I think that I wouldn't say. First of all, I believe in charging the parent. I agree with that 100%. But I think that when it comes to guns and a pocket knife, I think that a pocket knife is, to me, is a little bit different. I would say just the kid. Now, you bring in a gun to school that your parents purchased for you and have not locked it up accordingly, the responsibility portion, then yeah, you need to be charged. Because why is there a gun laying around your house for your kid to just access?
Right.
But a knife is
But that's what I'm saying. Even with the knife, what if she bought the knife for him? And you see what I'm saying? Like, she got responsibility then. If she bought the knife for him and he toting it around in school, and then this end up happening.
Yeah, because you should be telling your kid. You should be telling your kid not to bring a knife to school.
See, and then your whole defense is that he got issues and stuff. Why is you buying a knife for somebody who got all these issues?
Yeah, the mom better not try to play this. My son was being bullied shit, because then it's just like, so if he was bullied, why? Where did he get the knife? If she bought the knife and then was saying he was getting bullied, then it's like, you help. You're an accomplice.
Right, you put yourself in the situation. That's what we got to see that knife.
Yeah.
What kind of knife? Whatever. If it was a kitchen knife, a knife from the house, then she probably don't have no responsibility for that.
I really hope it's not no butcher knife now. Because then it's just like, nigga, come on now.
Right, what is you doing?
Like, a butcher knife, really, dude? These kids, I'm telling you, these kids, I don't know what is going on, man. I never remember this type of thing.
They're scared to throw their hands. They scared to get into an altercation for real. They scared to lose because they don't understand how, when I grew up, you know what I'm saying, we was taught that fighting builds character. Win, lose, or draw. If you was able to stand in there, you was respected for, you know what I'm saying, at least putting your hands up.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? These folks so scared to lose a fight, so scared to fall down, so scared to fail, that they'll go at all costs to avoid the situation.
So we got
Because had he fought everybody in the tent, he would have been a hero.
Nah, for real. Hey, for real.
Whether
So check this out.
He would have been a hero.
Hey, we got the arrest report. So let's check this arrest report
Oh.
out.
Oh, look at him. He work at HEB. Oh, he did work at HEB because they fired you. I know they did.
Yeah, he was working at HEB.
That probably was a summertime job. He in the middle of his he's still in the middle of his athletic shit, football, track.
First degree felony, murder.
What was it? Say it again.
First degree murder.
Oh wow.
Okay, so on April 2nd, Mel was taken in custody following a stabbing called on Frisco ISD property. So that it is. So we made that clear. It is school property.
Yeah.
Okay, the initial narrative. This is the initial narrative. The initial narrative was on 4/2/2025 at 101 hour. A Staley School Resource Officer, E. Cortez, heard over the radio dispatch call out a stabbing call at David Stadium. Frisco PD call notes indicated that an athlete was stabbed. The suspect was reported as being a black male wearing a gray hoodie and blue sweatpants. You hear that? Black male, gray hoodie, and blue sweatpants. I immediately left my office and ran across the Staley Middle School parking lot towards the southwest entrance into the stadium. As I entered the stadium, 2 high school age students informed me that the victim was on the north end of the stadium by the bleachers under a Memorial High School tent. I did not identify these students. Next, I proceeded towards the north end of the stadium, the visitor sides, on foot. As I got closer to the north end, I could see the Memorial High School tent with multiple individuals under the tent. Once I arrived onto the north side bleacher, an adult male who was on the track pointed out the suspect. Okay, so you see how people be lying? They told us that the kid, we was under the assumption that he went to the police officer and said, I did it. So now we know that not to be true. There was actually someone on the track that pointed to him to let the officer know that that was him. You hear that, twin? You hear that, Ted?
Facts. So now we getting the clearer verse. So he did not run up to the police.
He never ran up to the police officer. He never went to the police officer and said, I just stabbed somebody. As the resource officer was going to the stabbing, someone on the track pointed out the suspect and said, that's him. That's him. So the individual that
tried to go play it off and
so they said the individual that was pointed out to me was a black
the whole
male.
story falling apart. The whole initial. That's crazy right there.
Wait, Cat, where you go?
Cat might have went out and came to come back in. So everything they done said leading up to it has all fell apart.
It looks like it. It looks like it.
I said it from the beginning. Everybody need